Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Ciocca Ford in Lawrenceville, New Jersey to take a look at a brand new 2023 Ford Bronco. This is a four-door Bronco in the Outer Banks trim in cactus gray. So let's dig in. All right, here we are at the front end of this Bronco Outer Banks. We have that flat black on the grille, the white Bronco name across the front. I love those LED headlights with those turn signals that carve right into the headlights. Look so cool. LED fog lamps, just a really good look on the front end of this Bronco Outer Banks. All right, wheel and tire setup on this Bronco. We have an 18-inch wheel, gloss black with the silver accents, the bucking Bronco on the center cap looking good. Standard brake and rotors, non-Sasquatch package here on this Outer Banks. All-terrain tires, 255 on the width, a huge 70 series sidewall, 18s, all four corners, four-wheel drive. All right, here we are looking at the full side profile of this Ford Bronco Outer Banks, four-door version with the soft top. And I think the Broncos, they look so good when they came out with that redesign for 2022. Had a problem filling orders, there's no doubt about that. But these just look so good, and I love it in the cactus gray. Let me know what you think in the comments. As we come in, we have the Outer Banks badge here on the left fender. Obviously, we have to have these fender flares to cover up these big tires. We have color matched on the side view mirrors, LED turn signals with 360-degree cameras, color matched on the front and rear door handle, left side fuel filler cap, and again we have that soft top, so you're not going to have a sunroof in here because you take the whole top off if you want to go that way. As we come to the back of this Bronco, again with a very flat back to this Bronco, we have LED taillights, LED turn signals in the back. The bunking Bronco on the right side of the tailgate, we got that massive spare hanging off the back. This thing is going to open from left to right with that door handle, and then flat black on the bottom of the bumper with tow hooks, and the exhaust tucked up underneath the right side. All right, we are under the hood of this 2023 Bronco. And what do we have for a power plant? We have a 2.7 liter EcoBoost V6 engine mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. 315 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque. This vehicle can tow up to 3,500 pounds. MPGs, 19 in the city, 21 on the highway, 20 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. All right, before we get into the interior of this Bronco, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this Bronco cost? Well, Outer Banks trim, four-door, soft top, the way this is optioned, you're looking at an MSRP of $54,915. So let's start with the interior. As we move in, nice large dead pedal, brake and accelerator. We have the all-season floor mats in the tailgate area. Power seats for the driver and front passenger with this beautiful leather with blue cross stitch, two-tone color with the tan and the black. The bucking Bronco embossed on the back of each seat, looking good. All right, door panel is looking really good. I love the two-tone action with the tan and the black. Soft touch up top, flat black around the aluminum finish on the door handle. Nice door handles on the side to grab when you're going off-road, if you're going to do that, and a nice soft armrest. As we move to the dash, we have soft touch up top, that nice brushed aluminum trim with Bronco. The heat and air vents with the blue trim on it as a nice touch to tie in with the cross stitch on the seats, and down below a nice large glove box. All right, infotainment system time. What we're looking at is a 12-inch Sync 4 display, touchscreen action, nice and smooth to the touch. Very nicely done. We got the dual panel as well, where you can display more than one thing, which I like. We have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, Wi-Fi hotspots, the whole schmear in this Sync 4, and I love the 12-inch integrated display. I like the integrated displays much better than the iPad version, which is just stuck on. You put it into reverse, you have nice, clear backup camera with trajectory and the 360-degree view on the right side of the vehicle. So looking really good on that backup camera, and I really like this Sync 4. Looking really good. Up top, we got our switches here, where we got our 4-way hazards, traction control off, and then you can lock or unlock the diff if you're going to be doing some big time action. Down below here we have our manual controls for our music, and then we have our dual climate control, which I like, and then we have 3-stage heated seats for both the driver and front passenger, and a heated steering wheel, which I like. However, at this price point, I may like to see some ventilated seats up front. Let me know what you think, since we are in the luxury Outer Banks trim. Down below here we have a USB-C and a USB-A. Trying to get a good view of that. USB-C, USB-A, and a wireless charging pad. Looking good. Down here we have the plate, which is going to give you the Ford Bronco, made in Dearborn, Michigan, designed and all that good stuff. So I like that plate. Just gives it a personalized touch. Then we have the grab handle with the blue, which ties into the blue cross stitch on the seats, which is a really nice touch in here. I really like that. Here's the gear shift that's going to take you through the 10-speed automatic transmission. And then here you go with the Bronco key fob, unlock, lock, remote start, panic button, Bronco on the back, nice weight, 2 cup holders. Here is our GOAT modes. GOAT standing for goes over all terrain, and you have your 2 high, your 4 high, 4 low, 4 automatic, which is going to shift in between the different gearing ratios if you're off doing some off-roading and it needs to switch things up, which I like. And then of course the GOAT modes, as you switch this dial, will change your driving modes on the dash. The window controls on the center stack, because the doors are removable, so you can't put electric windows on doors that you can take off the car. Here's our mirror controls as well, same reason for that. And then we have a nice armrest, semi-soft, finally, it'll make that easy. And now on here we have the nice felt storage and another 12 volt, so they got you covered in the center storage area. Nicely done. Bronco steering wheel, looking good, nice leather wrap steering wheel. A little plain on the horn button, but I do like the Bronco in here instead of just a Ford badge. Some brushed aluminum trim around the edges, which I think looks good. On the left you have your cruise control settings and your lane keep assist action, and on the right, telephone and voice commands, and to go up and down the digital dash, which we'll show you here in a minute. Down on the left here you have your headlight controls and your power fold mirrors as well. And again, this is all in here because the doors can come off. The mirrors are not attached to the doors. They're attached to the front fender for that reason. And here's your headlight controls, brighten and dim the dash. This is a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. No paddles, obviously, in a Bronco. And now we move in and we have a nice digital dash. Looking good. And we can go through our GOAT modes: normal, eco, sport. I just love the way everything changes on the dash. And now we go to the next one, back the other way. Oop, I missed one. It's very sensitive. Slippery for that rain action like we have today. So we got, I think that's all of them. Let me just make sure. Oh, there we go. Mud and ruts. I thought there would be something else. Sand. So there you have all the modes, looking good. And I like the digital dash. I think it looks good. Let me know what you think in the comments about that. Overhead console time. Here we go. Here's all up here, if you can see it. Here's how this soft top is attached, and you have to move these levers out of the way, open this thing up, and then you can take the whole thing off. But we're not going to go through all that today on a rainy day. But we got a sunglass holder up here, and then we got our interior lighting. If you want the lights to come on and off when you open and close the door, then this button right here has to be off. So that orange light needs to be off, and then when you open up the door, there goes the interior lighting on. When you close it, off it goes after a few seconds. Here is our sun visor with vanity. Slides over and slides back to cover that side sun. Nicely done. All right, backseat time now in the Bronco. We got the running boards to help you get in. So we're going to pop into this thing. And here we go. Now I have the seat set for my driving position, and it's a little close, not bad. I still got the room. I still got the headroom, plenty of it, plenty of shoulder width room. Looking at the rear door panels, great consistency of design front to back. All the same materials used up front are carried here into the back seat area, including the seats, which look really nice with that two-tone black insert with the tan leather trim, looking really good. The headrests look good. The blue cross stitches carried through, so very nicely done here by Ford in the back seat area. Now, as we get to the back here, we have, as we dive down below, our window controls for the rear windows. It's getting kind of dark out. Hope you can see we got USBs and a home power source back here as well. So they got you covered for connectivity. We have seat pockets behind each front seat. And as we look over, just imagine this roof being off and how cool that would be, and the doors off, and just running dunes. Such a cool car, and I really like what Ford has done with the Bronco, much more than what Chevy did with the Blazer. Nice job, Ford. All right, rear tailgate time. Obviously, as you can see, the handle's on the left side. So you come up here and you open this up. See the way that third brake light moves with the tire? So that's where your third brake light is, mounted on the tailgate, right behind the spare tire. So that's how they got around that government regulation. And now we have that tailgate open. It is a two-piece action with this soft top. It is starting to sprinkle out here. I'm sure you can see it on the camera. I'm not going to screw around with this right now because I don't want to get myself sideways and all of a sudden the rain coming down harder. But in here we got a good amount of space. We have the carpeted floor mats because you got Outer Banks action. And then underneath here, we got a jack and some more storage, which is nice. We got tie downs in the back. We got speakers in the back. We have lighting and a 12 volt in the back for power. And these seats will come down. I'm doing this in a four-door Bronco. So now we're down. Now we come to the back. And now you have a lot more room. You have a kick up, but you have a lot more space. Big boxy look. Fit plenty of items higher up. Nice job, Ford, on this Bronco. Well, here's the window sticker. I don't know if you can see it all that well with all this rain and glare out here, but this is a 2023 four-door Bronco, Outer Banks, 5-passenger. And so if you can see it, feel free to pause the video, stop, check everything out that's in this Bronco. All right, so we are out on the road with this 2023 Bronco Outer Banks. Had to fill it up because it had like no gas in it, and the dealership was kind enough to fill this thing up all the way to the top. So just so you know, it was $70. And this thing only had a couple miles of range left in it, so it was pretty much an empty tank. That should give you an idea here in at least central New Jersey what it's going to cost to fill this thing up with regular unleaded gas. But we're going down the road, and this Outer Banks, I think, is interesting because Ford decided to pretty much make a trim level in the Bronco for just about everybody, from their base trim all the way up to the Wild Track, to having a Sasquatch package or not having a Sasquatch package. So if you just want a Bronco just because you like the way it looks, and you want to just drive it down the road, well, you know, you got the Outer Banks because you got the more luxurious interior with these leather trim seats. You have, I think, is a great color in this cactus gray paint. The truck definitely handles pretty well. The steering gives you some feedback from underneath the truck, which I like quite a bit. A lot of these steering wheels are quite numb, but this one I can feel what the front wheels are doing on the road. And on a greasy day like today, that is a good thing to have. So we're going to come up to my favorite little road back here behind the dealership, and we are going to do an emergency brake test, and then we'll do an acceleration test and see how this thing does. It is wild and woolly though. So here we go. We're going to get it up to our speed. Nobody's behind me. So we're going to get it up to the speed limit here at 40. Here we go. We're at 40. And now 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Stopped. Linear. No pull on the wheel. Perfectly done. And now here we go. And I love the sound out the back of this 2.7 liter V6. You got plenty of horsepower to get this big Bronco up and running. Now, this isn't going to handle around curves on a road like some kind of sports car. So you're going to get some serious body roll in here. And, but that's fine. You know, that's not what this vehicle is about. Now, a lot of people are going to take these things out to the dunes or out rock crawling. They get that Sasquatch package and they're ready to rock and roll. And like I said earlier in the review, excuse me, I like what Ford did with the Bronco so much better than what Chevrolet did with the Blazer. The Bronco brought something different, and they brought competition to the Jeep Wrangler, which hadn't had competition for years and years and years. So I think it was a great move in the market for Ford to bring this in last year. The downside is they had so many orders, they couldn't keep up with the orders, and then people began waiting for 8, 9, 10 months, a year, over a year to get their Bronco. And then by the time they got it, they were so aggravated, some of them didn't even want it. So, and I can understand that. But now hopefully in 2023 they got that solved and they can get these things out quicker. So now we're going to stop here. Nobody's behind me. And we'll do a 0 to 60 acceleration to see how this thing pulls down the road with this EcoBoost engine. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're at 60 now. I didn't go real hard on this engine because this is a brand new car, and you got to remember, when you buy a brand new Ford, there is a 1,000 mile run-in period on the engine before you can really stand on it and max out the revs. So just be very careful. You want to brake the engine in correctly, and you don't want to cause undue wear during braking. That'll just cause engine problems for you down the road. So that's the 1,000 mile deal. This engine only has a few miles on it because this thing is brand spanking new. So as we come up to this right turn, nice, and off we go down the road here on this greasy, wet New Year's Eve day. But overall, nice experience. Now, the 70 series sidewalls in here really tamp down the bumps, but you do get thrown around a little bit in here. This isn't exactly a luxury ride. So even though we have a luxury trim in the Outer Banks, this isn't exactly a luxury ride. It is a firm, bumpy, off-road vehicle ride. Even though we don't have the Sasquatch package on here or anything like that. Great visibility out the front window, side glass, rear view mirror looks good, rear glass is fine, even with that big huge spare on the back. I can see great out the back. I love the Sync 4, and I love the integrated 12-inch screen here. I think it's great. I don't like them when they're just stuck on like iPads on the dash, like it was an afterthought. Ford put some thought into getting this big screen integrated. Sync 4 is also great because it's going to give you the ability to do your wireless Apple CarPlay, your wireless Android Auto. So when you have your phone charging in your wireless pad, you can be running your wireless CarPlay or Android Auto at the same time and enjoying yourself and not having to worry about anything that you may have to adjust. So I think that's great. They give you a lot of versatility with this, being able to remove the roof, remove the doors, and all that good stuff. I think they got the issue with the roof having a problem fixed on the initial build, so that shouldn't be an issue here with the 2023 model year. So overall, I think it's a really compelling offering in this market, which is really the Bronco and the Jeep Wrangler. They've given something for everybody to look at and test drive. If you're looking for a four-door Bronco and you like this luxury Outer Banks trim, even though it's not a luxury vehicle, it does have some nicer appointments in here, and you don't care about off-roading, you just want something to look cool driving down the road, I would definitely put this on your list to test drive. I think it's a great option that Ford's given you. For that reason, I would like to thank Ciocca Ford of Lawrenceville, especially Liz and David, for allowing the channel access to this Bronco for review on a rainy New Year's Eve morning. I want to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.